Yo, what's up, man?
I see you out there doing work.
What's good?
Now, I know the last time I faced off against a pro, I believe it was you. You dropped 50 on me, so I'm going to roll the clip real quick.
This team probably has the most
We're the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's always fun to look around and see fans singing our Stars Spangled Banner. Getting in the spirit. Should be a good one tonight. Don't go away. Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Julius Randle says of these Knicks, we're building something good here, and I'm glad to be a part of it. We have a collective purpose. There's not another fan base in the league that can match what these Knicks fans will give us if we're taking care of our business. Guys, those fans have waited for a long time.
They have been patient for sure, David. Thank you. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. The guard pair are Brogdon and LeVert. In the post, it's Sabonis and Turner. And it's Warren in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Knicks, Randall and Robinson make up the inside pair. Sharing the wing spots, Fournier and Barrett. And it's Rose in at the point guard. And Greg, at this point in the year, if your system overall doesn't seem to be working, how much can you really change before the offseason?
Well, usually a system change would come with a coaching change, but sometimes it's not the system. And sometimes you just need a different voice. And keep in mind, you also have to evaluate that roster and find out if the players on that roster are a good match for the system.
How about how well Sabonis uses his size there, powering right through the contact?
Rose kicks to Fournier. Randall surveying the D. Back to Fournier. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And I like the size that Fournier has as a shooting guard. Actually, great size. I mean, he's more than ready to take advantage of that when the opportunity presents itself.
Now, here's LeVert. Coming off a solid outing against Cleveland. He gets that one.
T.J. Warren.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Something T.J. Warren has to his credit, Greg, is one of the more storied honors a basketball player can earn. ACC Player of the Year award.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of Hall of Famers who won that prize. To set yourself apart like Warren did in one of the toughest conferences in college basketball, that just shows the depth of talent this man has always possessed.
And here's LeVert, following Julius Randle's three. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Warren. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, really hard to stop Warren when he gets moving downhill. I mean, he's got a really strong body, and he also has a pretty tight handle, too.
Now, here's Barrett. You saw him with 10 points last game. And that one, good.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
The Pacers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. LeVert kicks to Turner. Passes to Brogdon. Here he goes. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Randle down low. Sabonis is there. And there's Randle on the assist by Rose.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent at finding his teammates.
Here's Brogdon. The Knicks pull it in. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring front.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
Now Rose, after Malcolm Brogdon's three-pointer that didn't go. Barrett against Warren. Buries it down low. Barrett's got his second basket.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with him.
Locked in the pass to LeVert. 1:27 left to play in the first quarter. Shots good by Turner.
Boy, tough trying to match Turner's intensity. I mean, once he's committed to scoring the ball, you're not stopping him.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
You know, I think of Karis LeVert as one of those guys capable of going off on any given night for big numbers. He has that kind of explosive ability offensively.
In for the Knicks. MP's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Toppin comes in for Randall. Alec Burks checked in for Evan Fournier. And quickly in for Rose.
And that explosiveness of LeVert. We've seen on nights when he gets hot and becomes unstoppable.
Greg, how about that game in 2020 when he went for 37 points in the fourth quarter and overtime alone? LeVert's a player that doesn't know the meaning of the phrase heat check. He can give it to you, boy.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws here for the Knights.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And there haven't been too many players who've had to prove themselves as much as MP. With all the hype he had coming into the league, he had to go out and make the doubters into believers.
Both good from the line that time. Pacers trail by 3. Up top, McConnell. Quickly covering. The shot by McConnell, no good. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Cavaliers. Quickly kicks to Barrett. Toppin passes to MP. And it's off the back rim, no good. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And it goes down 2 points.
Does a nice job at capitalizing in the screen and roll. I mean, Turner's IQ and size. Tough to contain when he's rolled into the basket.
Now, here's Quickly. To the middle. Turner with the steal. And a fast break now for the Pacers. And a wide open look for Lamb. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You know, wanting to get better at shooting the 3-ball, Lamb, the key to improving is the confidence you gain from putting in the work to get better.
Quickly with it, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
It's a tie game in New York. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And one of the league leaders in steals and deflections, T.J. McConnell, explains how he causes havoc on the floor.
It's all about just reading the way they're passing the ball in. If I see a moment of weakness or they dislodge and give me a chance to get in and get my hand in there, I try to take advantage of it.
He does. He is all hustle.
And undrafted back in 2015. But that energy and effort is what's earned McConnell a place in this league.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Indiana. Turner is out there with Torrey Craig. It's Jeremy Lamb. It's T.J. McConnell. And it's Duarte in at the 2 spot. Now, let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Good evening, Kevin. Malcolm Brogdon has become a Pacers stalwart. He said, I fit the identity of this team as an underdog that overperforms and proves people wrong. I've been asked to be the leader of this team. I lead with my voice and by example. I'll be fearless on the court so that my teammates can follow. Kevin?
I love what he's about, David. Thank you. And you look at some of the most unbreakable records in NBA history, Clark. Scott Skiles with 30 assists in one game. Who's going to beat that?
That's a hard one to top. I mean, 30 dimes in one game. I mean, that is just amazing. One, you got to pass it well, and two, you got to have great shooters around you. Westbrook had a game with 24 assists last year, but that's still a far cry from 30. I think that may very well be an untouchable record, Kevin.
Here's Duarte. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Turner. The Knicks pull it in.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's MP. And it's sent back by Turner.
Man, the defense of Turner is astounding. I mean, he positioned himself well to come up with a lot of blocks.
McConnell passes Duarte. Fires the 3. Here's Turner. And he banks in the layup. Turner's got 6 points.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go. It really was a bitter end to the 2018 playoffs for Miles Turner. Fouled out in a first-round Game 7 loss against LeBron and the Cavs. Unhappy with how things ended, Turner turned to a new passion.
Noel's checked in for the Knicks. Fournier comes in for Quickly. The Pacers also changing it up. Sabonis, he's checked in for Miles Turner. T.J. Warren comes in for Torrey Craig. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile One block.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Now, here's Brogdon. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. For Turner, Clark, that passion you were just talking about turned out to be a healthy one. Yoga.
Kevin, how about this? Can you imagine going into a yoga class and seeing a 6'11" NBA player striking poses? But becoming a yogi has worked out for him. It's paid dividends. Since that 2018 offseason, Turner's really raised the level of his game.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Burks, the pass to MP. New York moving the ball around. Here's Duarte. He's covered by Noel. Pass to Sabonis. They get it back. Warren. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. 6 points for him.
Warren's showing you right there that he's more than willing to get his hands dirty and get to the offensive glass.
New York calls timeout. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
LeVert checked in for Indiana. 1:21 left in the first half of the game. Rose kicks to Barrett. Outside Rose. Takes it inside, and the shot goes in. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Boy, this is peak Rose at his best, an attacking, slashing guard who breaks down the defense easily.
Brogdon the pass to LeVert. Here's Sabonis. He's covered by Noel. Sabonis with the bucket. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And slam dunk by Noel.
Boy, I tell you, his dunking skills are special. Noel really pounds it through the hoop when he gets a chance to.
Brogdon the pass to Sabonis. Now LeVert. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Sabonis finds LeVert. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Noel.
And the shot blocking skills of Noel are a staple of his game. Really one of the foundational pieces. He really takes a lot of pride in what he does on defense.
And it's in there.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
LeVert from outside. That goes out of bounds. That went off LeVert.
Now into the lineup for your New York Knicks, Mitchell Robinson.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Knicks out front, up 3. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We've seen TJ Warren really having a great game.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
In the forward positions, Barrett and Randall. Derrick Rose is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Robinson in at center. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Rose.
Brogdon attacking the heart of the defense there. Excellent decision and really maximizes using his size.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Despite being a first-team All-American in college, Malcolm Brogdon Clark was a second-round pick in 2016.
Yeah, NBA teams found out quickly that they had slept on this guy. He won Rookie of the Year, the first winner drafted in the second round since 1965, Kevin. And his numbers have only gone up. Malcolm's become one of the game's more reliable guards, and his leadership is platinum level. Already a very confident player, knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Back to Rose. Six to shoot. Back to Fournier. Shoots from the high post. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 4 assists in the game. Rose against Brogdon. There's the pass to LeVert. No good on the triple. The Knicks leading by 3. And here's Rose. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Over Sabonis. Rose, no good. And Brogdon has got the ball here for Indiana. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. So for the Knicks, Toppin comes in for Randall. And quickly in for Rose. And a change for the Pacers. TJ McConnell, he's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. A tight game here in New York. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Here's Quickly. Softly drops in the floater. Quickly's got his second bucket.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman. Fournier solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
It's LeVert on the wing. He's guarded by Fournier. The Knicks leading by 5. And it's Quickly in the corner. And he gets it to go. Quickly's got 6.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's LeVert. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
And they pick up 2. Biggs got the lead up to 9 now for New York.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
LeVert against Fournier. Pass to Warren. This is it to McConnell. 4 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his first foul for the Knicks. MP's checked in for Robinson. And Alec Burks subbed in for Evan Fournier. The Pacers making a change here. Now the Knicks with it. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Pass to Burks. New York moving it around. Sabonis with the block.
Outstanding defensive instincts by Sabonis. Really good timing when to rise up to reject shots.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
Here's Quickly. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got 3 assists tonight.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
All right. Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And there's the pass to Warren. They need this. Good defense by MP.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Sabonis with the bucket.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by the Knicks.
There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Quickly kicks to Barrett. Quickly the bounce pass. Shot clock at 6. Barrett against Lamb. MP. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock. MP's got the lead up to 13 now for New York. And it's Warren with the ball for Indiana.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Sabonis, the pass to McConnell. Knicks with the rebound. Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Knicks lead by 13. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Pacers trail by 13. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Torrey Craig is out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Sabonis. And it's Duarte in at the 2-guard spot.
Brogdon extremely confident because he knows he has the green light to fire off the catch.
Brogdon against Rose. Inside. And there's Randle on the assist by Rose. 7 points for Julius Randle.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
For 3, Brogdon. No good. And New York the other way now. Here's Grimes. Misses the layup. Pacers trail by 12. And Brogdon, here we go. Basket good. Brogdon's got 5 points now this quarter.
Brogdon doesn't mind getting bumped and bodied because he's able to handle that. Love how he fights off the defense.
New York calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Substitution.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Outside Rose. Count the basket. And the Knicks lead by 12.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's LeVert. Nice D from Fournier.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Rose. Kept alive by New York. Robinson misses. Pacers trail by 12. Here's LeVert driving to the basket.
Man, what an athlete. Once he gets ahead of steam, Karis LeVert is impossible to stop. Good luck trying.
Barrett against Sabonis. Barrett the pass to Randle. Missed inside. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Brogdon, and the lead is down inside single digits. Brogdon's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Boy, with that strong body and good size, Brogdon's able to finish through contact.
Pass to Randle. Back to Rose. Outside Fournier. Shot clock at 5. Over Sabonis. That one off the back iron and out. Pacers trail by 8. To the inside. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Boy, LeVert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
Rose scanning the floor. He feeds it to Randle. And he elevates for the slam. Domantas Sabonis did not like that at all.
You got to have guts and hops to
to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
A nice shot by LeVert.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
The Knicks leading by 6. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Outside Fournier. It's Barrett on the wing, covered by Lamb. And Barrett swings it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
And the Pacers call time here. They're trailing by 8. 1:11 left here in the fourth quarter. Look at the New Balance player of the game, Malcolm Brogdon.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
MP's checked in for New York. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He said to them, guys, coming up, this is where the game could be won or lost. We need to make plays on both ends. Stay focused, stay locked in, trust one another. See if they can keep that trust going, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Seconds left to play in the final quarter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, Rose plays with an angry physicality, which is really hard to match up against.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Knicks.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there. And that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Tries from 16, and it's LeVert missing. And so MP will bring it up for the New York Knicks. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Barrett against Warren. Passes it to LeVert from the arc. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
You know, this is why they go to LeVert, guys, because he's shown he can come through for his teammates.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're in front by 5. 27 seconds left in the game. So it's New York with it, leading by 5. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Second personal, second team foul. At the line for New York, Derrick Rose. At the line, 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
And the Pacers call time here. They're trailing by 7. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The shot by Brogdon, no good. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
On the wing, MP. Back to Rose. Here's MP. So it's New York picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Yo, what's up, man? I see you out there doing work.
That prize pool?
Absolutely not. And you know, that 50 bomb was you'll win the next one. You got the next one. But no, I'm a competitor, man. I like to compete. So for me, I'm a professional. It doesn't matter what game mode I'm playing. I play the game.
A look at the New York subway system, carrying plenty of fans to the action here tonight in New York City. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the NBA on Thursday night. We're bringing it to you live here on 2K Sports. Joined by Chris Webber and Grant Hill, our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey, Brian. In Julius Randle's 7th NBA season, he became an all-star. He said, "I've been through a lot in the NBA, the ups, the downs. You learn to take everything in stride and have patience. My mindset doesn't change, no matter what. Every game, I try to be aggressive and make winning plays."
Well, great story. Good stuff, Allie. And two conference rivals facing off here. Grant, what were some of your fiercest rivalries at the NBA level?
You know, when I was in Detroit, it had to be the Hawks, and I think probably the Bulls. I think the Bulls were everybody's rival in the Eastern Conference back then. And then, of course, in Phoenix, we had some real battles with the Lakers.
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. At the 2 and the 3, Brown and Tatum. Robert Williams out there with Al Horford. And it's Schroeder in at the point. And for New York, Barrett plays the small forward with Randle in at the 4. Derrick Rose is out there with Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Robinson in at the 5. Now here's Quickly. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Schroeder passes to Tatum. Williams up top. 6 on the shot clock. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Brown can't hit. Barrett against Schroeder. Barrett passes to Quickly. Back to Barrett. Here's Rose. And he hits it from 9 feet.
What's made Rose so special is he can score from anywhere in any way. Attacking one-on-one, inside, or with his jump shot.
Now here's Schroeder. In his last outing, he had 11 points. Brown finds Horford. Over Rose. High quality look as he sinks it.
Oh, when Horford gets the ball down low, he has tons of ways to beat you.
And over his career, Grant, Al Horford has continued to improve his outside shot.
I mean, he really has. He came into the league as a low block bruiser. 8 years in, he adjusted and added a three-point shot, and he has been a reliable player from outside since then.
Now here's Schroeder. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. 11 feet out. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
Here's Quickly. Offensive board. Robinson. And the layup is good off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Horford. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. No good on the 3.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
Count it. Good.
The brutal strength of Randall, allowing him to finish right there through clear contact.
First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Tatum passes to Williams. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
Great guy, Tatum can do a number of things, and you see his passing ability.
Outside Barrett. Baseline try. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
And here's Schroeder. Tatum inside, guarded by Barrett. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Refusing to let the defender alter his shot. Tatum's focus and drive, it's what helps him finish hard shots.
Now here's Quickly. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Robinson finds Barrett. Lets the 3 fly. Boston with a rebound. Last time they met in Boston.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because their backups provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Well, it's such a boost. I mean, not something you want to have to count on every night, but you can tell how much they trust their reserves.
Here's Randall. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Horford. Barrett against Tatum. Good work defensively by Randall.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
Lets it go from 14. And the Knicks miss again. End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball.
Knicks ball.
So for the Knicks, MP's checked in for Robinson. Toppin comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Burks in for Rose. And we've got 28 seconds left in the opening quarter. Burks passes to MP. Outside Burks. MP finds Burks. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist.
You can't leave someone open on MP's squad because he's solid at recognizing the overcommitment.
And here's Brown for three. Connects from downtown.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor. And that's a quality all great scores have.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Knicks out in front, up 3. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
They've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Smart and Richardson pair up in the backcourt. Then there's Johnson. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Williams in at the 4 slot. Now here's Burks. Out to the wing. Here's Toppin. Here's MP. Off target at the rim.
Well, we talk about the value of great rim protection. That's a shot he typically makes.
From deep, Johnson. The rebound by Burks. The Knicks with the lead. The drive by MP. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
I like that bucket from MP. He forces the issues and takes it right to the rack.
Johnson passes to Williams. Smart with the ball. Williams on the wing. Back to Smart. Pass to Johnson. Stolen by Burks. Here's Toppin. Over Williams. Fader on the way. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. Toppin's got his first basket of the night.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Outside Johnson. Stolen by Burks. In transition. He pulls it. And he buries his first look.
And they've made themselves easy pickings. Sloppy ball control creates an easily converted turnover.
Well, the pace of the game has picked up over the years. Grant, you played on teams that played all styles. Did you sense the direction the game is going in?
Yeah, towards the end of my career, BA, you could see that the up-tempo teams got more and more successful. So it was inevitable that other teams would follow suit. As we know, trends catch on fast and quick in the NBA. They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Johnson passes to Richardson. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Just 4 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
Well, nowadays, the three-point shot is huge. They were fire from outside.
Now here's MP. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. You know, if you put Marcus Smart in a power forward's body, it might be Grant Williams.
Williams is physical. I mean, he's versatile. Willing to make the sacrifice. He's got some Draymond and some PJ Tucker. Good ingredients for a successful career.
Now a timeout called by New York. ends up going with a whole new group. The Knicks have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Rose, the pass to quickly. 1:51 left in the second. Here's Randall. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Wow, I am more impressed by Tatum every time I watch him. That's a veteran.
Randall, left side. Shoots over Horford. And the Knicks miss again.
He hasn't helped the cause with his shooting, but his teammates have had his back.
Brown passes to Horford. Outside Schroeder. Williams on the wing. 6 to shoot. And he lobs it up to the rim. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. Here's Randall. Buries it down low. Randall's got 6. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
They're setting the tone early with their defense, keeping the pressure on and taking chances. And they've got a bunch of steals to show for it.
I also like what they've done on the fast break in their first half tonight. They're taking it to them.
And they pick up 2.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces in his pass.
Quickly outside. Pass to Barrett. Now Noel. Rose outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hauled in by Brown. Boston trailing. Pass to Horford. Over Rose. No good on the fadeaway.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Knicks out in front, up by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boston with the ball. 4-point game. Inside, we have Randall and Robinson. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Derrick Rose, and it's Barrett in at the 3 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Randall, pass to Robinson. And here is Barrett. Shot clock at 6. And a nice finish on the layup. Barrett's got his first 2 points of the night.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Now here's Brown. A guy this team turns to often, averaging almost 24 a game. And the bucket is good. Brown's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And the emergence of Jaylen Brown's ability to take over at the offensive end, Griff, it's been a joy to watch.
Oh, such a joy. I mean, his improvement as a ball handler may be the biggest reason. He can drive the ball either direction now, create the space he needs for his jumper, and he's no longer a turnover waiting to happen.
Now here's Schroeder. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
The Knicks with the lead. Rose passed it quickly. Now here's Barrett. And he's going for the oop here. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. And Boston calls time here.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
Now, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
Make some noise for T-shirt time. Celtic substitution.
Knicks on D. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Richardson, the pass to Smart. There's the triple. No luck on that one. New York goes the other way with it. Nails it from beyond the arc. And now a 7-point New York lead.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Smart passes to Williams. Pass to Brown. Over Fournier. Boston, no good that time either. The Knicks have gotten 3 or 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Down low. And that one is hammered home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
The Knicks have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. They get it back. Here's Robinson. Goes up again. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
That works just like they drew it up. Until the part where he short arms the play.
And Brown, the bucket on the assist from Smart. Brown's gotten 4 this quarter.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
Here's Robinson, and he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Outside, Brown. And the 3 off target. The Knicks have gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Pass to MP. Got a piece of it. Outside Burks. Clock at 6. And they're on the break. Here's Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
What speed in transition. Brown just slashing down the court for the high percentage shot.
The Knicks shooting an excellent rate of 56% in the third quarter.
Brown's breakout offensively, it could be a surprise to some, but not to me. It's the end result of continuous gains to his shot-making arsenal.
With the tip, great positioning on the putback. And now just a 5-point Knick lead.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Now here's Fournier. MP, that one's good. MP's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Pass to Brown. Robinson defending. 5 to shoot. Back to Brown. Smart for 3. Oh, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile 1 block.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
So both teams changing it up here. The Knicks have gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the third. To the middle. Here's MP. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal. First team foul. Substitution for your Knicks. Julius Randle. Derrick Rose.
9 seconds left in the third. Tatum passes to Williams. And stolen by Barron. And so it's New York, closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead, just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And we take a listen in now to Tom Thibodeau on a recent huddle.
Take it, man. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Every loose ball. Make it hard on him. Make him hard.
And there's Tom Thibodeau focusing on toughness and effort that he'd like to see.
Yeah, he wants them to leave no stone unturned. Take advantage of every opportunity. That's their roadmap to success.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Marcus Smart out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Al Horford. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's Williams in at the 5 spot. Now here's Tatum. And that one's good.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
The Knicks with the lead. Pass to Barrett. To the paint. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
What I love about Randall is the power he plays with. He's an absolute force inside.
Outside, Williams. Here's Tatum. Over Barrett. Tatum can't hit. Barrett against Tatum. Quickly, outside. Up top, Randall. Rose outside. Pass to Quickly. 6 to shoot. Here's Randall. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. And now a 9-point New York lead.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Horford in the high post. Over to the wing. Tatum passes to Schroeder. Yep, count it. Schroeder's got his first points of the game. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Now a timeout called by New York.
And if you're compiling your roster for team rational confidence, Dennis Schroeder is a strong candidate. He is never going to back down.
MP's checked in for Tottenham. Brown, he's checked in for Boston. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now.
And sends it home with some pat.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Boston trailing. It's Williams, high post. Out to Horford. Outside Schroeder. Williams passes to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Kept alive. Williams' shot is good.
Now, what's the saying? Don't box out. You get your feelings hurt.
MP left side. Pass to Randall. Here's Rose. Now here's Quickly from outside the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Quickly's got his first 3 points of the game.
Playmaker in every sense of the word. Rose is so good at breaking down defenses and creating for others.
Now here's Brown.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Quickly with the rebound. For New York, they've gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Randall finds MP. And he can't bank that one in. The Celtics have gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. Brown passes to Horford. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
Well, that's why you have to consider Horford as one of the game's best bigs. His ability to finish through contact like he does there is what makes him so special.
Now here's MP. Pass to Barrett. To the inside. Here's Rose. That one's wide left. The Celtics shooting the ball at 46% for the floor. It's Brown on the wing. Pure from three-point range. And now just a 5-point Knick lead.
A gigantic bucket. Brown stepping into the spotlight when it matters most.
Now a timeout called by New York. They're up by 5. There's a minute 12 left to play in the fourth quarter. Moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Mitchell Robinson.
He's been unguardable in this one, getting whatever he wants out there. He's just simply putting the offense on his back and delivering.
MP up top. Inside, Horford with a steal. To the inside. Shots blocked. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by quickly. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're behind by 5. 59 seconds left in the fourth. Swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, that coach for Boston had some instruction for his guys during the break. As we head down the stretch, he said to his team, quote, "We can win this. I believe in you guys, but we have to make some plays because we know they're going to." Back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Rose, pass to Barrett. To the middle. Down low. Here's Randall. Horford with the block.
But you can't be careless around Horford. Throw up a weak shot around him, he'll send it back.
Here's Tatum to tie it up. He connects. A huge shot to tie it up.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him and make crucial shots.
Now here's Rose. MP.
Yes! And these are the moments that MP lives for. Talk about coming up in the clutch.
And Boston calls time here. They're down by 2. 24 seconds left in the game.
Get free t-shirts. Let's see who's the loudest.
Trailing by 2. Oh, wow! A huge basket to tie the game!
Look at Enes Kanter maintaining that competitive energy. Finds a big shot to keep them in it.
New York calls timeout. Rose against Schroeder. MP right side. Randall left side. Horford with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Rose outside. Here's MP.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Kanter has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. And we'll be back with you shortly. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. And so off the tip, it is New York. And so they'll have the first offensive opportunity here as we begin overtime. At the 2 and the 3, Brown and Tatum. Al Horford out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. The floater, and Rose with the layup.
A near impossible shot to guard. Rose continues to torment defenses with the delicate.
Now here's Schroeder. Outside Tatum. It's Brown on the wing to the paint. Here's Horford. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
Everybody knew the ball was going to Horford in that situation because he routinely makes big shots. He has no fear.
Here's Rose. Rebound Boston. Horford's got rebound number 8 now. Here's Schroeder. Yes, they get the go-ahead bucket.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
New York trailing. Rose with it. He's picked up by Schroeder. Rose, the pass to Randall. Back to Rose. Randall against Horford. Quickly from outside. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Inside. Fades. Randall pulls down the board for New York. They've gotten 1 shot to fall out of 3 in OT. Quickly. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
That's his first personal.
Jaylen Brown picks one up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Quickly. At the line, 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. quickly drops them both.
Hitting all your free throws at the end is huge in this league. So many games are decided by razor-thin margins.
And Boston calls time here.
Who wants a t-shirt? Make some noise!
In overtime, here, a minute and a half gone. They double team Brown. The kick to Tatum. Fires from deep. Knocks down the triple. And the Celtics lead by 3.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Randall outside. Tatum with a steal. Quickly against Brown. Going in.
Oh, did you see that? I like the punch. I like the throw down.
Jason Tatum.
You can't teach that. Brown just showing off his incredible dunking ability.
Randall against Horford. From 9 feet out. It falls! What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Shouldn't be a surprise. Randall did this in Kentucky. He likes the ball in his hands when it counts.
Now here's Brown. Outside Tatum. To the middle. Robinson defending. The layup misses. They can't afford to waste this shot.
Moments like this are what it's all about.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Randall. Horford with some nice D. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
For the Celtics.
Here's Schroeder. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Derrick Rose. That's his first personal. Second team foul. Shooting for Boston. Dennis Schroeder. At the line. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both, and it's a 5-point game.
With a chance to ice the game, he's got perfect focus at the line. Now, you could put this one in the books.
New York calls timeout. They trail by 5. There's 6 seconds left in the OT period. Guys, your thoughts?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, and quick. No room for error, no time to waste.
Quickly, passes to Barrett. Three-pointer, no good. And so it's Boston with the W. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams gave their all. But when it came down to overtime, it was about who had more determination.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Chris Webber, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
You